This is what I like to see. A fully grown, ready to be harvested, ignore that one tree farm on my alpha world. Hey everybody, welcome back. Or if you're just not joining us, what's up? Anyway, before we get started chopping all that stuff, I have a few things I need to craft. One is a very important tool when you have a tree farm in alpha 1.1. Also, I need a new sword and some new threads. Leaf decay is super buggy in alpha, so having a flint and steel is incredibly useful. Yeah, look, I got it right the first time. Like, leaves won't decay or they'll get stuck or, you know, something. It's just weird bugginess. I don't know why. That just happens. Boom, boom, boom. Does anybody else do this? This armor won't last me that long, but it should help for any surprise attacks. I am running low on stone to make axes, so I'm gonna have to head back over to the quarry somewhat soon, but I'm gonna make one more big harvest and then we're gonna head on over. Okay, that was a full load, besides these two that didn't grow. So that's about 41 trees, because this tree farm hosts 43 trees. Ooh. Get out of here. Oh. Anyway, this is how much wood I got from chopping the entire thing. So about 3.5 stacks. Nothing super impressive, but that's why I need to make this thing a lot bigger. But before I make it bigger, I need to start harvesting stone from the quarry. Actually, there's a lot of projects that kind of require the quarry to be finished, so as soon as I'm done here, I'm gonna head over there. Now here comes the fun part. I have to clear away the leaves from this house as best I can, because this house is made of wood. I built this house first, then the tree farm. Then I realized I wanted to utilize the flint and steel in this tree farm. Obviously, it's a little bit of a fire hazard, so what I've been doing is burning from a corner over there, and then clearing leaves away, and putting out any fires that catch on the house. And that has worked for a pretty long time. I haven't had any losses, but if this eventually burns down on accident, then I'll just replace it with stone, so no big deal. Alpha fire is awesome. Watch this. It's a lot faster than any future versions, that's for sure. Speaking of it being fast, I should probably head over to this side. And just like that, all cleared up and ready for the next batch. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to replant all these saplings and grab my stuff, and we're gonna get on our way towards the quarry. All right, we are ready to go. Look who decided to grow after I was already done harvesting everything. Whatever. All right, so we're gonna head over to the quarry. I want to correct something that I said in the last video, where I said that all chunks explored during a play session are loaded the entire game. That is true, but random tick speed only occurs in a 19 by 19 chunk radius around the player. That means things only happen in a 19 by 19 radius all the way around the player. Who said that to me? I should look it up. There's a guy named the Crafting Federation who mentioned that in the comments of my last video, so thank you to them. Also, if you're unfamiliar with old Minecraft versions, you may be wondering, why is leather armor completely filling up my defense slots? That's because back then armor system worked a lot differently. You see, any type of armor that you made, whether it was leather, iron, gold, or diamond, always filled up your defense slots all the way to the top, if you had every single piece equipped in your slots. And as they take damage, that defense bar will go down. So the more damaged a piece of armor is, the less defense it'll give you. Leather armor will wear down very quickly, and so defense will wear down very quickly, whereas diamond armor wears out very slowly. Because of this different system, I've always felt that leather is the only armor worth making, because if you make iron or diamond armor, once it's halfway down, it's just not really useful anymore. And once it's a quarter of the way down, it's basically useless. So it's just kind of like a waste of diamonds and stuff, and I wouldn't recommend it. And leather's so easy to get. Look, I mean, cows spawn all the time. The modern armor system might make a little bit more sense. It has its cons too, specifically leather being the lowest armor tier. I mean, you think you'd want to start out with the lowest armor tier, but it's harder to get enough leather to make an entire leather armor set than it is to get an entire iron armor set. And that's because of the changes to mob spawning. Prior to the adventure update, mobs just kind of randomly spawned and they despawned when you left the area. And they just will spawn continuously. After the adventure update, it's way more complicated than that. The kind of spawn is a feature of the terrain, and then they might respawn if there's less than a certain amount of mobs in the mob cap. But it's very slow and it's very didn't seem to really happen that much, so it just makes it hard to find. This makes cows a lot rarer unless you breed them, and it's easier to mine a bunch of iron than to start a cow breeding farm. Also, one more thing, I've been using this music track for the past few videos, so thank you to Retrovex Ambient for that. But what do you guys think about it? Should I change it, get something new? It kind of has ethereal vibes to it, but I could do more relaxing, or I could do a different ambient track. When I pictured making this series, I wanted to use an ambient track that I heard sometime in the last few years from some YouTube video somewhere, and it's like the perfect background ambient track, but I cannot find it. I heard it in someone's video, and I have it just stuck in my head, but I just can't find it anywhere. I don't know how to look for it or whatever. I think it was in the back of one of those web mystery videos or like a 4chan mystery video. I kind of had this perfect background vibe going on. I really liked it, but I just haven't been able to find it since then. I don't even know what video it came from. Okay, I just made some tea to help with my sinuses. It's not allergy season or anything, but I'm just allergic to both my cats. I used all the wood that I had to finish furnishing the chest room. It was about 1.5 stacks of logs that I used to do the rest of the chests in here. And for now, I'm gonna leave it. Like, this is a lot of storage. I don't need to put tons of storage in every floor, at least not yet. What I do want to do though is get proper stairs going so I can travel up and down a lot more easier and touch up the roof. So that's what we're gonna do right now. Oh man, this tree. I just want it to grow lower. I did it again. Okay, whatever. I just want that tree to grow the same height as this one so I can use all the leaves to make bushes, because I can't move them around with shears. There are no shears. Those were added in beta 1.7. This is alpha 1.1. Now here we have plenty of stone. I want to use some smooth stone and some slabs, and then I'm going to use wood stairs. I have way too much room in here. Let's dump off some of this wood. And I'm going to keep this all here for whenever we need it. Hopefully this will last us a pretty long time. I won't have to make any more trips to the wood farm, from this place at least, for a while. Okay, I have 4 stacks of cobblestone cooking away. I want the... Oop, I can't even reach. Oop. I want the stairs to reach there. They're going to be too wide. I can't reach that one either. Hold on. Boom. Let's remove some of that. Stairs are kind of janky in alpha. The direction depends on the blocks that they face, and I really dislike how that works, but whatever, right? So for the sake of this build, I'm gonna have to put some wood blocks underneath this stairwell here just to make sure it works. See, this one's just sticking out, but if I throw a block underneath there, then it still won't work. So that's cool. There we go. That was the secret. It's just really bizarre. Okay, there's our first staircase. It goes all the way up. The other thing I wanted to do is make a wall over here, which might make it kind of tight on this side, but I mean, you could always just go in here if you need more space. So the reason it comes out so far is that it covers this window, and from the outside, you won't really be able to tell what you're looking at through the window, especially this one. But from the inside, if this wall went up this side, then you'd see like through the window and it wouldn't make sense. So for internal consistency, we're gonna keep it like this. Need a little more stone. It would be cool if I did this, and there's like a slight trace to the stairs here. That looks kind of cool. All right, this is what that looks like. I think that looks kind of cool. I'm digging it. And then, you know, maybe in the future, if we want to have a secret way to get to the basement, I can put a little door over here or something like that. But for now, I'm not going to worry. I don't really need it for anything. I should probably make this crafting table a more permanent feature in this room. Though, yeah, that's a fine place for it, I think. That'll work. I'm going to repeat this design the exact same way. It's going to be like a tileable staircase. Pretty cool stuff. There's our second staircase. I'm going to repeat the same thing over here. Ah. What? Did that torch break my fall? Huh? That's really confusing. Okay, so when you go up here, you'll go up the staircase. Da 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 da. Beautiful. Come out this side, and then if you want, you can go up to the next floor, you know, do something crazy with your life. Wow, look at that. And I still have a few more to build. Okay, I finish up this stairwell and some of the roof I'll show you in a minute, but for this next bit of decoration, I need a little bit of iron. I gotta say, I really like how this base is coming along. Also, I managed to finish every single window. They're all filled now. It was a ton of glass, but I got it all done. We're gonna need some rails for this. So here's where we're at. We got the bottom of the stairwell. I'll show you how it looks on the way up. By the way, between this clip and the last clip, I took an exam in late 20th century film history, and I felt like I did pretty good. I think I did pretty good. I don't know, we'll see. All right, this is the last story. It goes up here and then out onto the roof. And I chose gravel because on top of a lot of large buildings, the roofs are just like this gravel material that holds down a tarp or a protective tarp or something. It's just cheap and easy to do. I think that's correct. You know, I'm not an expert in this kind of stuff. Anyway, there was, if these clouds stopped getting in my way, there was one more decoration I wanted to do. And it's something that was used pretty commonly, and maybe it's used today, but I don't know if I see it as much, but it was used pretty commonly in a lot of older city builds, older Minecraft city and skyscraper builds, and it was this thing. If you arrange 4 rails into a circle like this on top of a raised platform on a skyscraper roof, it kind of looks like a ventilation fan kind of deal, or like a vent. So I've always kind of tried to keep to that tradition whenever I build a skyscraper or a modern building like this, which isn't often, but you know, I would show you a really cool view of it if there was no freaking clouds. All right, there we go. I just turned it on to fast graphics really quickly. All right, check it out. This is the top of our skyscraper. Nothing to do a whole lot up here, but it just looks pretty cool. Okay, the next thing that I need to do to get this base in working order is to finish this canopy. And then once this is done, I can start quarrying out all this material and storing it in there. And it'll mostly be dirt, because I'm probably going to use all the cobblestone that I can get. Anyway, I'm going to use up what little dirt I have left at this base, and then we'll see where that gets us. Okay, yeah, that's all that I have. That's all the dirt that was in the chests at this base. However, I'm not going to run to another place to get more and then run all the way back, because we still do have a lot of dirt here that we can use. I'm talking about all this dirt down here. I have to get rid of it eventually, and it's the most useless part of the quarry, but it has to happen. You know, I have to remove all the layers of dirt, and I might as well just remove them and move them up here. Look, I'm almost done. I'm so close to being finished with this. Just 2 more rows, and that row right there, and then that little bit. And then this will be finished. I think this actually looks super cool from the bottom. That actually looks really, really cool. Look at that. Wow. I'm pretty proud of how this turned out. I think this looks super cool. I was afraid it was going to look like really ugly, but I'm digging it. The torches almost look kind of industrial. I'm really digging that. But yeah, I need to start tearing up all this landscape leveling it down, and moving it up to the top. Ain't no time like the present. So I just fell again and I took no damage, but I actually watched my defense bar drop. So to me, that means that the fall damage is being completely blocked by the leather armor, which is interesting because I didn't think that was how that worked. Like, I didn't think that was actually how it worked. I thought you still took a little bit of damage, but apparently it's completely blocking it and absorbing that fall damage, which is interesting. I'm still learning things about this game, I guess. Okay, I need to talk about something or I'm gonna pass out. Like, I'm so exhausted. Well, how about we discuss the BTA videos and stuff that I've been planning lately. So in the last few episodes of this alpha series, I have discussed wanting to start a new BTA series, and I still definitely do, but I've decided to push that back. And the reason I decided is, one, I already have a series and I really should just do one at a time, and two, because I want the nether stuff that they have in the works to drop. And by the nether stuff, I mean the big nether overhaul that they're planning. It's got, you know, the new biomes, potentially new ores and other mechanics that they're planning on adding. And I want that stuff to be in the game so I can show that off in the series that I do. I have this issue when playing Minecraft that I discussed in my recent video essay, but it's like, I really care about consistency, and consistency really affects like my motivation to play the game. So if you haven't watched it, what I mean by consistency is the fact that the version of the world I'm playing on is stable. So normally when you play modern Minecraft, you expect that the game's going to be updated every once in a while to add some new stuff or new mechanics or whatever. And because I have this expectation that more stuff is going to be added, it kind of creates this idea in my head that the game is unfinished. And a lot of the time I end up putting off playing the game to wait for an update to drop, or I put off playing because I may miss out on new features and stuff if I create a world in the current update, and so I might as well just wait till the next update to create the world so I can have all the cool stuff that's going to be added. That's something that kind of demotivates me. Like, I care about consistency. It's always bothered me that the game has felt unfinished in this sort of way. And while I really like BTA, kind of have the same issue with it. That's something about old Minecraft that really appeals to me, because I can just stick to one version and I don't ever have to change it, and I don't ever have to worry about it changing. I can just keep it the way that I want, and that way it makes the world feel complete. Now, of course, I can mod it, I can add stuff to the game if I really need to or want to, but it's only when I want. So that's one reason that playing on a single version really appeals to me. Not knocking BTA for that, not knocking modern Minecraft for that necessarily, but it is part of the reason I'm going to put off this series. However, I am still working on a BTA video. I was actually writing the script for it earlier, and the idea for it came after some discussion with the developers and the community members that there's a lot of stuff in development for the mod, and I think it would be really cool to have a comprehensive list of everything that's going to be added, or they're just thinking about adding, or they might add, or they were going to add but decided to scrap. So I thought it'd be really cool if I made an iceberg video compiling every single feature that I can find will be added or might be added or whatever to BTA. Maybe you think iceberg videos are kind of played out, but I've always liked them, and I've also always just kind of wanted to do one. They just seem really fun to do, and so far it is fun to do. I'm enjoying it. They are kind of generic, but I don't know. I just think they're neat. I've always wanted to do one with the stereotypical like Death Note music in the background and all that stuff. And the creepy atmosphere given to a subject that's not necessarily creepy. I kind of just like that stuff. So that is the next video that I am working on. I've been writing the script for a while now, just to just get all the details down. It's taking a lot of research and a lot of like digging around the Discord server for proof and mechanics and discussions from the developers and that kind of stuff. And I know that I've already written the word developers in BTA about 1,000 times in that document already. But anyway, if you're a fan of Better Than Adventure, then that's something that maybe you can look forward to on my channel. And also something you can watch that'll make you look forward to the future development of the game, because there's a lot of really cool stuff that's in development right now, and a lot of stuff that they will add, apparently, so stay tuned for that. Ooh. I think that's the last one. Yeah, I think that's every single panel. Oh my god. Wow. That took a long time. This is such a huge project. I don't mean like it just took a long time to do this bit. I mean, I've been working on this for months and months, and I haven't put all my time into it, of course, but it's just such a massive project. Wow, look at that. Dang. There's snow layers here and there I need to clear up. Let me do that really quickly. But yeah, I know like some other people might like be able to pound this out in a single day or something like that. I am not that kind of guy. I never have been, but you know, it's a big project. I set my mind to it and I got it done. And you might be wondering, well, how much dirt did you have to mine to completely finish this thing? Let's take a look. Oop. The answer is actually very little. Like underneath here, I've been mining stone for a while. So that was already excavated. And then there was just a bunch of dirt like on top of it that I was ignoring. So I mined up a lot of that. And then I mined out some over here. And yeah, just basically mined out some of this stuff over here, some of these layers. So like about that much. There's a lot more. There's a lot more to dig. So much. And that was like, I don't know, 2 inventory worths full, I think. I'd say 2 inventory worths full or 3 chests full of dirt blocks. So it's a good thing I have this building because, you know, I'm not a dirt connoisseur or anything, but I will be. So I'm going to need to have a place to put it all. Maybe one day I'll use it for something important. Look at that. Finally done. That is a really cool visual. Look at that, huh? And that's so cool. It's so nice and bright underneath here too. Like there aren't any mobs spawning. Of course I need to, as I dig this, keep moving the torches downwards. Wow, that's pretty cool. Basically the plan after this is to just keep mining dirt, and obviously I need to get stone at the same time, so I'm just going to mine a little bit of dirt at first. A little bit of dirt, a little bit of stone, a little bit of dirt, a little bit of stone, until all this dirt is gone, then I don't have to worry about it anymore, except for the minor pockets of dirt that naturally generate underground. As this whole thing gets dug down, I'm going to work on the walls too, so like check this out. I've continued these pillars down the sides, and also I'm going to continue these sideways thinner wood pieces here. I'm going to continue that all the way around, and then every once in a while I'm going to put a new one. I'm going to try to have ladders on every single. That way I can just exit this thing from any place at any time whenever I need to. That was a ton of work. That was a ton of work. Wow. I'm really happy that I got this finished though. Look at that. Really cool. Let's go on top of the skyscraper and get a good look at it. You know what? That's a good idea. That's what we should do. Oh my gosh, look, the tree grew. Hooray! Finally. Look at that. We're gonna worry about that in a minute. All right. Wow. Look at that. Maybe it doesn't look good on YouTube because of the video compression, but wow. There's some snow I gotta clear off eventually. I think I'm gonna do that before I forget. That's quite the visual. Dang, we really got a lot done this episode. I am still not finished. The episode's still gonna go, but we've got a lot done. I feel really accomplished. I got this finished. I got this place basically finished, and it looks like I'm about to get the garden finished in a second. So we're doing good. We're making good. Sun's rising. It'd be cool to watch the sunrise from the top of this place. I am pretty sure I am above the default height limit in alpha, and that's what's causing this hard line kind of. What is that called? I don't know. You know, horizon. That's what it is. This hardline horizon. I feel like if I go lower, it doesn't look like that. You know, whatever. It is what it is. Maybe we can get a look at this thing during the day, huh? Wow, look at that. Okay, it looks like I missed a row of torches right there. And now you can't really see because it's daytime, but it looks like I missed 1 row of torches right there. And yeah, I gotta clean off the snow. So let me go do that. Yeah, okay, look, the horizon line is a lot like a smoother transition once you're a little bit lower. That makes sense. So the hard line horizon thing was definitely being caused by the height mod being above the height limit. There we go, that looks a lot better. Now, if there are snow layers over there still, I probably won't be able to see them, but it looks like it's 100% complete to me. Now, my other concern is that there may be torches underneath that I may have missed. If that's the case, I'm gonna have to pillar up and place them by hand or something, and I don't really want to do that, but I'm pretty sure I got them all. All right, let's see if we can get down the quick and easy way. Okay. Wow, that almost went really poorly. Dude, if I was a millisecond less, that water layer would have been lower, and I would have smashed to pieces on this ledge. Wow. Okay. All right, let's get a bunch of stuff to make up the garden here. Let's do some flowers, maybe even some mushrooms. I've got another bucket for some water. I need some more logs for sure. Okay, so I think the first step is to make sure that I can preserve as much of these leaves as possible. Now, like I said in the past, leaf decay in alpha is pretty buggy. So even when trees are grown, they'll start decaying in a weird kind of way. So we've already lost some of the leaves. What I want to do is preserve as many as humanly possible. Now I'm pretty sure placing logs still preserves them. Like they check for logs nearby, I think. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to place lots of logs underneath every leaf that I can. What I really want is the leaves to be on the outside, and then I'll shave them down afterwards. So now that I have all my logs in place, I can, I think, remove the main ones. Okay, next thing I do is shave them all down as much as possible. Hopefully we won't see any of these decaying. Okay, now I can remove all these slabs underneath here. So far so good in the leaves. The ones that are missing they were already not there, so we're doing good, I think. Finally put these stairs back. Okay, so the next thing is I think I want to make these even. So I guess I'm going to chop up some of these. And there's a hole right there, so I'm gonna remove these as much as it pains me. And then boom, we have our leaves. It would be really neat if we had like a fountain that kind of shot out water right here. I feel like that'd be really cool. Not sure. What if I change this wall entirely? Because this pattern design doesn't really work with what I'm going for here. And instead had like a stone fountain that shot water like right here. That could be cool. Let's try that. Okay, we have this stone section. If I want water to come out of here, I probably need to make that double thick. Yeah, and let's change up this wall design while we're at it. I'm okay with this. It'd be really cool if we had a little brick pond right here. Yeah, I like that idea. Let's do that. We have 6 bricks to go around. That's enough for the floor of the water to be brick, and that is good enough for me. Let's do the outside as smooth stone. Let's have the water flow out of here. I don't know, I think this is kind of cool. It's like really zen. I like this. I think this looks really cool. Having a brick pool, like bricks in the bottom of my pool, is like such a unique look to me. I don't know, it's just a kind of a design principle I've used a lot in old Minecraft. Now we need this grass to grow, but what we can do in the meantime is plant our flowers. So let's do that. Now we got some flowers on the sides. I think it would be nice to have some benches here. Let's do a bench. Let's do another bench. Let's put signs in the side. Oh, you know something I just noticed, and you can't see it here? When you're placing a wall sign in alpha, it looks like this, right? This is what we're used to, the little sign menu. However, when you place a normal sign, you get the little stick that the sign is posted to, and it covers the done button. I haven't seen this in any other version of Minecraft, so that's kind of a new thing to me. All right, now we have our beautiful garden. I love this. I love little garden areas. This is a lot cleaner than ones I made in the past, but I think it turned out pretty nice. Okay, so I came out here to pick up some of the items that I may have dropped on the outside, and I did. But now I'm wondering, since this is a skyscraper, and now this looks a little bit less medieval and more like modern, should I update this building to be more skyscraper-ish? And the reason I ask is because, you know, now it just kind of doesn't really fit the theme of the overall build. It would be pretty easy. I would just get rid of this balcony, fill it with stone, change the roof, and then put windows here, and I think that would look really good. So I'm not opposed to it. Then the question is, that was where the train tracks are supposed to come through. That's where the minecart's supposed to come through when you arrive at this place. So I might have to do something different, and I have an idea. Right now, this room is just a chest room, but I have lots of areas for storage now. So what if, instead of having that as a chest room, I had that as a stairwell, and that stairwell went underneath this place to like a subway station, and the subway station would be where you got off in your minecart. So you'd arrive coming this direction, you'd go straight into this hill, and then you'd go underneath into the subway station, you get out, you come up through there, then you're at the mining base. Of course, it all depends like the overall height of the train tracks, so they'd have to come in lower than this thing. So they basically have to come in at this level at the very least. I mean, I'd want it to be a little bit lower if possible. Okay, so like at this level, which means the train would be about this high instead of a lot higher and coming through there. To tell you the truth, I'm not entirely opposed to that idea. I mean, I'm really not. I think that'd be really, like a really cool build to have it be underneath and have like a little modern subway station. Of course, the question is, does that kind of interfere with plans that I have over there? Because originally I'm thinking like I want a minecart track down every single axis. So what height are they going to be at? I have to decide what that's going to be. But with doing some thinking about the build in the center of this world, I feel like I could have a lot of leeway with the minecart tracks. Having them low to the ground is not a bad idea. They're a lot easier to work with, they take up less resources, you know, you don't really have to worry about designing it so much. So maybe I should do this. Maybe that's a good idea. And I do want to start working on a minecart track to the center of the world. Obviously I don't have a base there yet. I can build a temporary one that these minecarts could arrive at for now, but I don't have an established base there yet. That's something that I need to work on in the future, but first I need to finish all these farms. This one is almost up and running completely. Just have to get the minecart track in order, and I have to start mining all that dirt away. The tree farm needs to be expanded, and there are some other builds and other parts of the world that do need to be finished as well. Each one of them is dependent on each other. One of them is from ore, one of them is for drops, one of them is for wood, one of them is for stone. They all have to work together, and the best way to tie them all together is to have a train track running to the very center of the world. So that's what I think I'll be working on in the next video. But yeah, we certainly got a lot done. I mean, we got this entire roof finished. Ooh, an egg. An egg that does nothing. Finished the outside of the skyscraper, furnished most of the inside, the stairwell's done, the garden's done. I mean, a lot got finished. So I'm pretty happy with how this video's turned out and everything that we've gotten done. I feel like this is a pretty good stopping point. Ooh, check out the threads, huh? So, you know, if you watched and you enjoyed, leave a comment, let me know what you think. Let me know what's going on with you in your Minecraft worlds or whatever. I'd like to know what you think about the music. I'm thinking about putting like C418 albums in the background instead, but we'll just kind of see how that plans out. The ambience is a cool vibe, and I really wish I could find the ambient track that I heard before. Oh well. But yeah, if you enjoyed, leave a comment, and thank you so much for tuning in. I've been Monster, and have a good night.